Did you apologize to Donald Trump about Ontario's anti-tariff ad?
I did apologize.
Hey viewers, you're watching the Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has confirmed that he personally apologized to United States President Donald Trump over a controversial advertisement opposing American tariffs, which featured former US President Ronald Reagan. Speaking to the reporters in South Korea, where he attended the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, Carney said, "I did apologize to the president. The president was offended." He added that trade talks with the US would resume when Washington is ready. The advertisement, commissioned by Ontario Premier Doug Ford, used a snippet of Ronald Reagan's 1987 radio address, in which he spoke against protectionist tariffs, warning that they may seem patriotic at first, but ultimately harm workers and consumers and trigger trade wars. The ad aired during an American League Championship Series game between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners, reaching over 9 million views on Fox Sports. The Reagan Presidential Foundation reacted strongly to the ad, stating that Ontario had neither sought nor received permission to use and edit Reagan's address and that it was reviewing its legal options. President Donald Trump accused Canada of airing a fake advertisement featuring Reagan criticizing tariffs and immediately announced a 10% increase in tariffs on Canadian goods, also terminating ongoing trade negotiations. In a post on Truth Social, Donald Trump wrote that Canada had fraudulently used an advertisement and described the commercial as fake. Carney clarified that he had advised Premier Ford not to go ahead with the advertisement, adding, "It's not something I would have done." He emphasized that as a Prime Minister, he is responsible for the relationship with the President of the United States, acknowledging the strain caused by the ad and taking full responsibility for the fallout. Donald Trump confirmed receiving Carney's apology, but indicated that it would not immediately lead to the resumption of trade talks. Speaking to the reporters aboard Air Force, he said, "No, but I have a very good relationship. I like him a lot, but you know, what they did was wrong. He was very nice. He apologized for what they did with the commercial." The advertisement, intended as a critique of protectionist policies, became the focal point for a larger dispute between Canada and the US, with Donald Trump cancelling talks that were progressing towards agreements on sectoral steel and aluminium tariffs, energy cooperation, and reviving the Keystone XL pipeline project. While the ad aired during the game, its broader impact on diplomatic relations and trade negotiations was immediate and significant. Despite the recent tensions, Carney emphasized that Canada remains open to dialogue and is prepared to negotiate an improved trade agreement with the United States. After all the noise of this week, Canada still has the best trade deal of any country with the US, and we stand ready to negotiate an even better one for both the nations, he said. US officials have acknowledged the friction, but continues to stress the long-term goal of cooperation in key sectors, particularly energy and critical minerals. For now, Carney's apology represents a diplomatic effort to ease the tensions, but the future of US-Canada trade relations will largely depend on how quickly Washington is willing to return to the negotiating table.
Yeah, please. What did you talk about with Prime Minister Carney? Are you and Canada going to resume negotiations?
No, but I have a very good relationship. I like him a lot. But you know what they did was wrong. He was very nice. He apologized for what they did with the commercial, because it was a false commercial. You know, it was the exact opposite. Ronald Reagan loved tariffs, and they tried to make it look the other way. And he did apologize, and I appreciated it. We had a great dinner, you know, with other countries, as you know. And I think we have a very good relationship personally. I think that what they did was wrong, but he apologized.
Did you apologize to Donald Trump about Ontario's anti-tariff ad?
I did apologize to the president. The president was offended by the act, or by the ad rather, and it's not something I would have done, which is to put in place that advertisement, and so I apologize to him.